What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Daily here, and today we are back with a brand new update for Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. We have the city map here, and inside of this brand new city map, we've got ourselves a number of insurgents with flak guns and T-34s supplied by Russia, and they've also got some TOS-1 rocket artillery back here as well. And they are going to be going up against the full might of the U.S. Army. U.S. Army has M1A1 Abrams right over here. These are the trample editions, as well as 2 million modern soldiers. And over this way, they've got the Volley Abrams as well as Apache helicopters. Now you might be thinking, oh, that's a lot of U.S. Army soldiers surrounding this small city. Well, the insurgents also have some reinforcements coming in from the flank over here as well. If, of course, the insurgents get absolutely swept in this battle, we will go ahead and try some more battles on this new city map, but it should be pretty interesting to see what happens during this little shindig. If you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to smash that like button, subscribe with notifications on, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more in the future. Either way, let's get right on into this thing. Alrighty then, gamers, let's go ahead and press start here. I just realized there's a T-34 on top of this building right here. That's kind of funny to see. We've got a whole lot of shots going out from the insurgents over here that have been supplied by Russia, and I think a lot of those shots are from these TOS-1s, and yes, indeed they are. Those things can be extremely deadly, and as you can see, already over 50,000 kills for the insurgents, 26 kills for the modern U.S. Army, and that is exactly why we gave the modern U.S. Army 2 million soldiers, because they are bound to lose a crazy substantial number during this whole battle. They are starting to pick up a little bit in terms of their kills. They're up to 500. The insurgents are up to 83,000 now, which is kind of insane. But here comes some of those volleying M1 Abrams, and then we've also got some Apache fire up here. These puppies are slinging some shots at these guys. Very, very nice. The propellers actually work now. I'm pretty sure before the propellers did not work at all. So pretty cool to see the propellers actually doing something in this battle and not just being an absolute nothing burger. U.S. Army is up to 17,000 kills now. Defenders up to 124,000. Quite a difference right there, but the U.S. Army is coming in close, surrounding them, and starting to mow down a whole lot of these insurgents, also killing some of these T-34 World War II tanks. Not good. Not good in the slightest. Some big shots exploding and taking out a number of insurgents within the city streets as well. We've still, of course, got the guys way back here who should be immune to that fire until the U.S. rounds the corner, which will be helpful. The TOS is over here. Some of them are still firing. I think they're all still alive, except maybe is this one? It's looking kind of dead. Oh no, it's still alive. Okay, good. Excellent. And here are the flanking insurgent reinforcements over here. They're having to cross up and over this hill, and as you can see, that's not going particularly well right there. Quite a number of deaths happening. It's no bueno. That's no bueno at all. So a lot of these guys dying out pretty quickly. They're going up against a pretty substantial modern soldier force over here, but hopefully they're taking out a few modern soldiers as they go as well. That's what we like to see, baby. But the U.S. Army is kind of making a comeback. They're at 78,000 kills now, and the insurgents are at 194,000. So the insurgents like started off with this huge bang, getting so many kills all at once, and now it seems like the insurgents are struggling a good bit. They're not quite getting those kills that they need to be getting, and they are getting wiped out. It seems like probably the city is under a serious threat right now. Yep, modern soldiers are entering into the city walls here, and the insurgents within are starting to go down a little bit. Still got a couple T-34s and stuff like that. It is pretty cool to see like sort of the different city streets getting attacked and things like that. That's always pretty fun. But yeah, we're definitely going to have to do a part 2 to this. Well, in the same video, of course. I'm not going to make 2 separate videos on this. But yeah, we'll do a second part to this. And maybe there are bigger city skylines like over there, but I wanted to start with a smaller one over here first. So maybe we'll go to the bigger city skyline and just like completely double the insurgent defenses and stuff like that to try and give them a fair shot. Some of these TOSs are still firing, which is probably getting the most kills right now for the insurgents. We're down to 1.6 million U.S. Army soldiers, which means they've lost a substantial amount up until this point. But it's probably not going to be enough. Yeah, probably not quite enough at all. The last of these insurgents over here are dying out big time. Why don't we go ahead and just time-lapse the end of this and get on to the next battle, because I think that's what we're going to need to do here, as I think the insurgents are going to die to the U.S. Army. And the modern soldiers do end up taking that Dubski. End up losing 500,000 soldiers, which, not crazy given everything. Yeah, I feel like the insurgents should have done better, but they didn't. Let's revamp their defenses. Alright guys, we've revamped it completely. We're at the larger city with 1 million insurgents inside of it, 500 T-34s, and then 50 TOS-1s over here, and 1,000 stationary artillery. Meanwhile, surrounding them from three corners is 3 million modern soldiers, with a whole bunch of trample Abrams, volley Abrams, and Apaches over here. And yeah, just tons more modern soldiers all around. Let's see if this time around the city can hold out against the siege. We've got a whole lot of fire going out from those stationary artillery pieces right there, which is beautiful. They're actually flak guns from World War II, but whatever, dude. It ease what it ease. Tons of that fire coming in, striking these modern soldiers. We're already up to 90,000 dead modern soldiers and tanks, and 200 dead insurgents. Now we're starting to get some of that volley fire from the Abrams over here and the Apaches, and that's eating away at a solid number of insurgents over here. Look at this. Already a field of dead in this corner right here. But luckily this time around there's many more city streets and blocks for the insurgents to sort of hide behind. Like these guys over here won't get shot until they round the corner, which I think will be a lot more interesting. We've got a Sky T-34 over here. That thing is ridiculous, but it might be able to get some kills actually. Apache helicopters moving in as well over this way, and the M1 Abrams supporting from below with some of that fire. And here comes some of those trample Abrams coming in hot over this way, taking out a lot of these insurgents. We already have 233,000 dead modern U.S. soldiers and 64,000 dead insurgents and whatnot. Are the TOS-1s over here firing just yet? Let's check in. It seems like their guns are actually quiet at the moment. I'm guessing that they will start firing once the modern U.S. soldiers get a little bit closer to them, and once they do start firing, I think we'll start seeing a lot more deaths for the modern U.S. soldiers, because those things are lethal, baby. I forgot about this angle over here, and actually quite a number of insurgents sort of parked outside, and they're just sort of firing because they've got this nice little hill cover, so they can't really get fired upon until those U.S. soldiers cross over the hill, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing for the insurgents defending, not so much for the attackers. We've got 800,000 insurgents remaining, 2.67 million modern U.S. soldiers remaining. So at the moment, the ratio is not working out for the insurgents just yet, but maybe later on in the battle, it will get more and more difficult for the U.S. Army as they have to actually go into the city streets. And I think those TOS-1s actually starting to fire out will be mighty helpful. I also feel like these Apaches will probably end up going down at some point here, right? I know a few have gone down, but like, they do take a bit to kill, and I think the ground soldiers focus on ground soldiers first, you know? I don't know, man. Let's see. We can take this guy and try. You can't really fire. You can't jump. You can't. And we died. Okay, never mind. All right, great. All right, TOS-1s firing, mayhaps? Not really. Oh, there we go. There we go. They are. They are. Okay, good. Yeah, sprinkle some of that fire in there. Some of that fuego. That's probably like 1,000 kills at least right there. There's probably another 1,000 kills. Beautiful. Yes. Okay, those TOS-1s firing away is very helpful. 2.5 million modern soldiers remain, and currently 681,000 insurgents remain. It's getting tight. It's getting tight out here. But those TOSs are going to be very helpful. Why don't we go ahead and do a little time lapse here of the TOSs firing. Alright guys, a few minutes have passed there, nothing too crazy, and the TOSs certainly have helped considerably. 2.3 million modern soldiers remain, but only 500,000 insurgents remain. We're down to 500,000 insurgents. Luckily, these will probably be the toughest insurgents here. Yeah, all the inner city street blocks here seem to be doing all right currently. It's the outskirts that are all dying, and the modern soldiers kind of getting funneled through this small little area here, which is beautiful. Are there guys up here still? Nah, not really. Some up here, but not a crazy amount or anything like that. So it'll be interesting to see how these city street blocks continue to fare as time goes on. Let's try taking a few pot shots here. Yeah, we got some damage. Yeah, not a crazy one. Hear me ferociously clicking, probably. All right, just now under 500,000 insurgents remain. 2.2 million modern soldiers remain. So modern soldiers are starting to lose more and more, but it is still going to be a tight race. Why don't we get a little time lapse of them kind of dying through this hole here? I think that'll be interesting. Whew, okay, so we got to see the U.S. soldiers come on through here. They still have Apaches alive, which is crazy. They're not like super in the action now, but I'm kind of shocked that there's still a ton of them alive. Look at this. Look at this. They're all just firing up at the skyscrapers. That's insane. There's only 400,000 insurgents left alive and 1.9 million modern soldiers left alive. So it's about 2 to 1 in terms of kills. A little bit less than that. Modern soldiers cruising through these streets a good bit, but there's still good street-to-street fighting with the insurgents too. Still some guys up here, still some guys down below also, managing to get some licks in and stuff like that. So, I mean, they're still fighting. They've still got good depth within the city, but they are losing some folks. The TOS is over here still firing though, and that's going to be big. These guys remaining alive for as long as possible, it's a very, very major thing. Look at that. Like each one of those shots, it's probably like 50 kills or something like that, just considering how dense the modern soldiers are over here. So, yeah, we need to keep those alive, and it seems like the guardians of those puppies back here are actually doing a decent job of staying alive and stuff like that. So that's very good to see. We like, very nice. This area over here has been eaten away at. It seems like the very back of the city over here has better defenses based on the sides, and the front is just sort of getting cruised through right now. Which is less good. Ooh, Apaches are in the city. Oh! Yeah, they've distributed across the city lines. Should we get, like, overall, like, a good time lapse? I'm gonna try and, like, do some stuff with the Apaches, maybe, cruising on through. And then maybe we can also zoom in on some alleyways and watch them get taken over. I think it's kind of cool having this street-to-street fighting. I think it looks dope. Okay, checking back in here, and I noticed that there's a lot of Abrams that have been climbing buildings, which is crazy. And look, it just goes down. Yep, these are truly all-terrain vehicles, baby. And of course, those Apache helicopters are pretty devastating getting in there. They can die. We've seen them die in this battle, but man, they're apparently very hard to kill. There's still 200,000 insurgents left. They have been doing better since the city fighting started. The streets are running red now. Not good. But it still seems like probably a losing battle for them. Are the tosses still up? They are still up. I mean, that's good. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough, though. Just have to wait and see. I mean, they are getting some good sprinkle fire on in there. But at the moment, the insurgents are getting pretty hard pressed by the U.S. Army and stuff. This is... yeah, this is getting really dangerous. There's 178,000 insurgents left, 1.5 million modern soldiers left. So we'll just have to wait and see. It's getting tricky, though. It's getting tricky. We are now down to less than 100,000 units. Looks like a number of these TOSs are dead now, though. Is this one alive? Hey, this one's alive. Nice. Fire! Is that doing it? Hey, it did it. Am I getting any kills? Yay! 1 kill, 2 kill, 3 kill. It's more than that. It just doesn't count always. Okay, so some TOSs are still alive. Certainly not all of them, which is a problem. There's also 1.3 million modern soldiers left alive, which is too many. Too many to win. So let's just run it, baby. This is the end. Another big ol' L for the insurgents. There's only 1.3 million modern soldiers left. Apparently there's one insurgent left. He's probably stuck somewhere though. Why don't we just go ahead and vamp up the insurgents by a lot and see if they could just win that way. Alright guys, I actually didn't go too overboard with the revamp here for the insurgents. Instead, I just added 6 times the number of TOSs. So there's 300 TOSs now, and as you can see, they're firing out there pretty substantially already. And hopefully this just largely increased number of TOSs will be enough to help out the insurgents enough. And basically the rest of the city is there to give time for the TOSs in the back to manage to get some kills. That's pretty much the whole point of the rest of the defenses. Already at 156,000 kills for the insurgents, 300 for the modern soldiers. Of course, that is subject to major change. There we go. More TOSs firing out this way, going after some of those trample M1 Abrams. Good to get those kills early on before they go down too fast. Whew, yeah, this might be it. I don't know. Alright, the front lines have been crushed. However, they do seem to be doing a little bit better this time around. 2.3 million modern soldiers remain, and a whopping 618,000 insurgents remain. So I think the increased TOSs is helping considerably. Now let's just do a bird's eye view, baby, and just check this thing out, see if they can get the dub. Alright guys, it's been about 20 minutes, and I mean, the insurgents are doing better. They currently have 164,000 men left, and they have managed to get the US soldiers down to 1.2 million, so they definitely are doing better, but they're probably still going to take the L. I'm just going to go ahead and let this run out because... yeah, I don't know. This felt like, I mean, they had 1 million soldiers, they had defensive advantage, they had a ton of tanks, a ton of artillery, and a ton of TOSs, and still couldn't pull the dub. Very disappointing. Let's just let this run out. And we're coming to the end here. There's a mere 115 remaining insurgents, and they're getting crushed. They did manage to get the U.S. Army down to 1.10 million this time, but gosh dang it, man. I need to stop. I think I love defender battles, but unless it's against zombies, it's really, really hard. It's really, really hard. Need to switch it up. Need to switch it up a little bit. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe with notifications on, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more in the future. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.